Good morning. Glad you could join me. If the music's too loud, could someone tell me? I really like the music, but if it's too loud, I can turn it down. I think I'll go ahead and I'll just turn it down a little bit, just because. I think I'll go ahead and I'll just turn it down a little bit, just because. I think I'll go ahead and I'll just turn it down a little bit. Where'd the music go? Just because. All right, let's turn it down. I think I'll go ahead and I'll just turn it down a little bit. Where'd the music go? Just because. All right. I think I've got the over sound gone. All right, so let's see. We've got TCG fam. Thank you for coming. Welcome to our Jammied Up Christmas wording, and Merry Christmas to you. And we also have Van City Adventure. Well, welcome and thank you for coming. I hope you're having a great Christmas. Catherine Cook, thank you, and Merry Christmas to you and Homer. Hope you're having a wonderful time. I'm sure you're with a tribe. I think probably. Camp Gore 1, welcome and Merry Christmas. Thank you, thank you. Is the two of you gone? Is the two of us gone? that should be cleared up. I had a YouTube channel or YouTube thingy open to my channel. Hope you have something warm to drink. I've got coffee. You know what's weird is I usually drink my first cup with half and half in it, and then from there forward, it's just straight coffee. I know this is very unusual for me. Very unusual. But I wanted to, I just wanted to say good morning and Merry Christmas. And I hope, oh, Kaylee, there you are. Welcome, honey. So glad you're here. And Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, Kaylee. So, yeah, I woke up about 5:30. And I had to use a heating pad on a couple different locations, my arm, my neck, my back. And so I laid in bed till about 6:30, got up and thought, let's throw everybody a sidewinder and have a live stream in your pajamas, Lucretia. I'm the only person awake. I'm going to try not to wake anybody up. I'm far away from everybody right now. So Christmas Day is here. Last night was a weird Christmas Eve because for 60 years of my life, Christmas Eve was a huge piece of our Christmas. Lake Havasu. Oh, I bet that's so beautiful. So 60 years of my life, Christmas Eve was a big, giant piece of Christmas. My mother was a big, huge Christmas person. And so our family, our neighbor's family, distant relatives would come for Christmas Eve, and she would have presents for every person under the sun there. And my son did the same thing. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to move out of the way. That Christmas tree, I can't even get to the lights. It's got Christmas presents in back of it, in front of it, and clear over to the other little desk in the room. He went all out, Mom. I said, you are channeling your grandma. And she passed when he was 9 months old, so I don't know how he got it, but he's very much a giving person. And so we have a new kind of family in our family that we have met through my nephew. She lives on the ranch that he manages, and she has two little kids, 4 and 5 or 4 and 6. And so they will be here as well. And he has bought, he can't stand waiting. And so he's given them multiple Christmas presents already. And then they're coming this late morning, early afternoon, because we're eating about 4. And so he's got presents for everybody. It's just craziness. My bed, which is king size bed, was covered with all of the gifts he had to finish wrapping. And his dad and I helped him, but there was no wrapping. We now use bags. I recommend bags, unless you just love to do Christmas wrap, which there's beautiful Christmas paper, but it does take a lot of time if there's like 70 presents to wrap at the very last minute. And by the way, I was at Walmart last night at 6 o'clock, which they were closing their doors, which I'm glad for them, but I needed to get something, but that's all right. It's no big deal. And so, yeah, we didn't have any gathering last night. It was, well, not really. I mean, it was Richard and I and Brent. New Horizons. Well, welcome, Susan. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas. It's just a very casual Christmas morning. And thank you for coming. Hope your day is great. So, yeah, Richard wraps presents beautifully. Richard wraps presents beautifully. I'd like to ask you to keep him in your prayers, everybody. So James Cantonese, thank you. I know this is an early morning for me. I usually do not do this until I'm together. So stopping in to say Merry Christmas, yes. So Richard, last night, Question if I should tell you this, but I'm going to because I think he needs prayers. So Richard has not been doing well, and he's had pain in his back. He did not explain to me that it was in his shoulder blade, and he's worried that he has cancer. His mother died of lung cancer, and it was exactly the same pain, same kind of pain, and I wanted to take him to urgent care last night just to get an x-ray of his lungs, but he wouldn't go last night. He's going to go Monday. And so if you could please remember Richard in prayers, because he does not ever, he would never say that unless he felt he really needed to say it. And he said, you don't know how hard that was for me to tell you. So please keep Richard in prayers. Anyway, so yeah, today is the big day. We're going to have a Mexican dinner. I love Mexican food. And so since we do turkey and all that good stuff at Thanksgiving, we're doing a Mexican dinner. Centerpiece will be wet burritos. And there's going to be my sister's, and I'm also doing this corn casserole. Chasing America, welcome. Thank you for coming. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas time. I found this beautiful recipe actually on YouTube. Go figure, good stuff on YouTube. And it was it does not have any cornbread in it, and it's extremely creamy. It involves cream cheese, as a matter of fact. Yay, cream cheese! And so I'm altering it a little bit to have Mexican flavor, putting in some green chilies, a little bit of I can't think of what there's a flavor that much Mexican food has in it. And I'm having good stuff in it, including some jalapenos. Light on the jalapenos because Richard one of the medicines he takes does not allow him to eat hot food anymore because it's multiplying. Happy Camper, welcome to you. Thank you. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. So good food for dinner. There will be 10 adults and 2 children, and this huge, gigantic amount of presents is basically for the kids. Brent loves giving, and like I said, he's channeling my mother because this is what my mother would do. So yeah, I think it's going to be a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to it. So I woke up in a really good mood. And after I did my heating pad stuff, on these different locations, I thought, let's do a live stream. You can't do spicy food. Oh, I love spicy food. One of my favorite foods is called drunken noodle, and it is a Thai dish. And it's super hot to start with, and I have them put about 3 times the amount of heat in it that they normally do. And actually, when I was a realtor, there was a Thai restaurant directly across this little parking lot from me, and I would go over there once a week and get the drunken noodle. And I would tell them how hot to do it, and they would laugh. They would chuckle. They really couldn't speak much English, but I would say 3 times hot. And I got it 3 times hot. So it's wonderful. I love hot food. Thank you so much, Camp Gorwin. It's pain that he has not explained it to me. And last night was the first time we were driving down the road, as a matter of fact. And he said, please, or he just said, I think I might have lung cancer. And I said, you know what's really frightening and what's really sad, Richard, is you're still smoking and you think you have lung cancer. He said he was quitting on Christmas Day. And I said, why Christmas Day and not Christmas Eve night? He said, well, I want to have a day I'll remember. So anyways, I have faith. I have a lot of faith. And so friends who, when they ask what heat level they want, they say things like melt my face up. That will be a good one. That I will remember that, Kaylee. And so last night, my nephew and his fiance and their friend and the 2 little kids were here, and I know, Kaylee. It's a really serious addiction, and being a recovering alcoholic, I can tell you, even I don't understand, but I understand. I never smoked. I've never had one cigarette in my life. My mother smoked. It killed her, cost her her life, and as it did my oldest sister. They died from the same exact thing. And so Richard saw that, and he smoked. But it's a serious addiction, honey, and we know that. That's what I understand. And I know a lot of heroin addicts that also are alcoholic, and I've worked with them to help them quit drinking. And they told me, it was harder. It's harder for them than the heroin addiction was to get off of it and stay off. Richard's had long stretches in his life, 10 years, 15 years. So he can do it. Except soda. My little sister had the same problem. I think hers was Pepsi. Oh no. There's one that has like a high amount of caffeine in it. Not Mountain Dew, but it's another one. It's, most of my, so I think the reason I did not is I remembered being in a youth group when I was young. And my pastor picked me up one day and he said, "Do you smoke?" And I said, "No, but my mom and my aunt do," which, lived in our house. And good for you. Good for you. Because I do understand it's a battle. See, that's an amazing thing, because I understand how hard it is. My little sister smoked. She started smoking at 20 because she never did anything wrong in her life. Priscilla is a very straightforward, very good woman, good person. She's not mean. She did not have any of the problems I had. Well, anyway, so no, she was very good. And at 20, she thought she would rebel. At 20, she was already married, out of the house, and thought she would rebel and started smoking. And so, yeah, she smoked for 20 years, and then she had pneumonia severely. And she was sitting on a hospital bed. She was having so bad pneumonia. She was sitting on a hospital bed doing a breathing treatment. And she said it just struck her. She looked just like her mother. And she knew what had happened to Mom. So she didn't smoke from that day forward. Yep, congratulations. It's anything can be difficult to break. Arthur in Oregon. It's been a long time, dear. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. So yeah, it's going to be, I think tonight after everybody's gone, we're having dinner about 4. We'll probably do presents. I imagine before that, because I don't think the kids are going to be able to see what's behind me, that mountain of presents, and not want to open them. And so that's fine. We don't need to wait. So yeah, after everybody's gone, I imagine everybody might be gone by about 7, maybe 8. And I think Richard and I are going to go look at Christmas lights. I love doing that. And that is historically something my family has always done, clear back to my childhood. My daughter, who was 6 at the time, came home and said, "Mama, do you know what you're doing to my lungs?" They had learned about the effects at school. I quit that day. So I remember them instituting that. And sometimes social control can work, and that's a social control program from my perspective that was useful. It was very useful, because I know it did affect people when their kids are coming home, telling them those things. And so I think we're going to go look at Christmas lights, stop at Dunkin' Donuts and have a donut maybe. I'm not craving sugar, so but I do like their hot chocolate, and I love their coffee. And I hope you all have something warm this morning. Yep. Happy camper, good motivator. So anyways, my pastor asked me that. And then I remembered I would pick up the towels if, get a fresh towel out of the closet, put it up to my face, and it smelled like cigarettes. And I remember that. So anyways, I didn't like it. And so I never smoked. And one time when I was young, I was probably like 14, and we were having a camp out in the backyard, my sister and I, and so sorry. I think it helped. I think it helped. And so I can't remember. Oh, yes. So we were drinking. Some of us were drinking. A few of us were drinking. And they tried to get me to smoke a cigarette. And even drunk, I would not smoke the cigarette. So I just didn't like it. Yeah, it's stinky. So anyways, that's that about cigarettes. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. And I really give people props that are able to do it. So my mother obviously quit smoking, but occasionally there would be, if one of my sisters took her someplace, and because she had oxygen for years, and so we would still take her shopping. My mother was a huge shopper, and they didn't have online shopping at the time, or my mother would have been best friends with the FedEx people. And my sister smoked, and when they would be like somewhere or parking or getting a wheelchair for her, they would notice that her lipstick color was on a cigarette. She just needed it once in a while. And so anyways, so tell me, I'd love to know what some of your Christmas traditions are. Growing up, what did you guys do on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? And I am also going to drop a link if anybody would like to come up. I'd love to have you. So I drink daily for 22 years. God said quit, and I did the next day. No alcohol in 3 years now. Praise God. Yes, ma'am. I've been sober for 26 years, and will be 27 on Valentine's Day, which is Richard's birthday, as a matter of fact. And I can't even tell you. It was, so I drank from about 12 to right before my 21st birthday. Well, right after my 21st birthday. And wanted to see what tobacco industry was. Oh, yes. And the same thing is happening with vaping. Vaping is gonna kill many people, I think. Medical issues have me down. Looking at surgery next month, but I'm still kicking. Nothing serious, keeping me homebound. I totally understand, Arthur. When we came back from Quartzsite, a few months later, I had back surgery number 1 for this season, because I've had 12. And so I had my first one because what he needs to do is too big to do in one surgery. So he did the first one, and I was able to go home that day, which is unusual, but I've never gone home the same day of a surgery. But he's a great surgeon. He's a great neurosurgeon. I love him. I'd love to be best friends with him. He's just a good person. And so anyways, lost track there. Oh, and so I was supposed to have another one this last Tuesday, have the second one Tuesday, but there were a couple of issues, and I need to go to a different hospital. Ohio girl. 419, Lynette W. Well, welcome, Lynette W. You're new to me, and I'm always very happy to meet a new person. As a matter of fact, I need to write your name down so I can remember. Do you have a channel? Do you do content? Because I'm going to go over and check out your channel. Where'd you go? Where did she go? Oh, we go. Ohio girl. Ohio girl 419 _ Lynette W. So, oh, is Backroads here? I'm looking for Backroads. I'm not seeing him, but he must be here. Okay, well, welcome anyways. Glad to have non-content creators are kind of the backbone of those of us who are content creators. So I'm grateful that you showed up on my channel this morning. So anyways, yeah, what do y'all do for Christmas? Did anybody leave and go to like well, most of you are in a warmer climate already. Spending time with family, or kind of cutting back on that, because I understand that there's issues again. Yeah, if you're in here, BRN, Merry Christmas to you and your wife. So another sip of coffee. I got my hair cut this week on the day that I was supposed to be in surgery. Yep, got my hair cut, doing a little different style for a while, which I do that all the time. So I did not have the surgery. Anyways, I'm very glad that I did not have it, because I don't think it would be fun to be, and this surgery I will be in the hospital for a few days. And so that's, that's all right when I do. I was willing to do it because I want to get I want to get this done. I want to get back on the road. And barring Richard having any serious issues, he will be having likely his neck surgery in February. So we could theoretically be on the road in late or in summer, like early summer. And that's the goal. And I believe we'll probably spend summer in the Oregon area, up into the high desert, and just checking out places like we've been, but not for years. Crater Lake, for one. Oh, Crater Lake. Beautiful. If you've never been, go, because it is an awesome spot. I believe it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. I'm going to paste a link again, and if you'd like to come up and chat for a minute, tell us about your Christmas. Christmas has passed, things you have liked to do, things. I love hearing about other people's lives, and what y'all do. So I have been kind of disconnected from YouTube a bit, actually quite a bit. I still go and look at stuff. I still comment, but I've not been in live streams, and just I had to make some disconnects so I could, deal with my own stuff. And it takes concentration. I'm a person who it takes concentration for me. I'm very focused. When I'm focused on something, I'm very focused. I found a really cool new channel. Adventures Over 50. It's a woman who is traveling solo. She will be going back to her hometown. Can of tuna celebrated with kitties. Are you having anything special for dinner? Which is not necessary. If it were just me and Richard, if it were just Richard and I don't know what I would do. I would be shocked. I can't imagine it ever being just Richard and I. And so I know I was telling you something. I suppose I should write these little things down before I forget. Oh, we're getting snow. it's, we're gonna get, actually the governor has already done a state of emergency and recommended everybody in the state of Oregon. Angie and Cy, that is my niece. Hello, Angie. Welcome. It actually brings tears to my eyes that you came. Merry Christmas, sweetheart. I love you. So Oregon is supposed to get a huge amount of snow. Willamette Valley, where I live, 6 to 8 inches of snow. So yesterday, I took the RV, Box Van D. You forget all the time. It is a brain fart. I know. I have them. And tell the kids hello. Tell Austin that I messaged him on Facebook Messenger a while back saying hello. He just came to my mind. Austin just popped into my mind, and I don't know why. And so I try to follow those kind of things and just act on it. And so I said hello to him. I'm sure he doesn't even remember me. So you're getting snow and you're on the coast. I know. That's amazing. So Oregon has a state of emergency. So yesterday I took okay, sweetheart, thank you. So yesterday I took Betty Jean. She's here again because she's been being stored at the ranch that my nephew is managing, taking care of. And oh, maybe there's someone in here who can answer this after I tell the story. So we went and I had to write that down. That was about, all right, it'll come back. So I took Betty Jean, and because we do commonly get power outages, I took Betty Jean and I gassed her up, gassed her up, so we went to get gas, propane, and something else. Gas, propane, and something else. What else would I need? Oh, completely filled her tank. $100, $97 even. So that was, that didn't shock me considering the gas prices are ridiculous. It is very ridiculous. So, but right in the middle, I remembered I needed to take paperwork to Social Security for Richard. And so we brought Betty Jean back. My nephew and his fiance were helping me out. Oh, we dumped. So we dumped because it's been at the ranch. They have used it for toileting. And so it needed dumped. And so we don't know that we're not going to lose our power. And so I wanted to have Betty Jean, and we've been told, get prepared. We have a ton of food here. If something happened and we were snowed in for 2 weeks, we would probably be fine. And so that's what it was. We did that too. And so, but in the middle, after we gassed up and one of those things that I had to do, I had to rush home. I love driving Betty Jean, but I needed to drive really quick to get to Social Security, I thought. And so we brought the RV home, switched places. I got in our car and I whipped over to Social Security, Richard and I, and they were closed. It was like 4:30. They said, deliver it by the 25th of December. We were there on the 24th and they weren't. So they better take it Monday. That's all I can say, or I'm not going to be a happy camper with them. So anyways, they took the RV and they filled up the propane. We did try to fill the propane, but check this out. There was a beautiful Class A that was broken down right in front of the propane. It had been broke down since about 8 in the morning, they said to us. I was stunned it was broke down, and because it's beautiful, but they said, sorry, we can't fill because the RV's been broke down since 8 a.m. So, all right. So Christmas stuff, withdraw some cash. We did. We do. And we do. We do have water. And, oh, we do have to fill up. Oh, that's the other thing. We need to fill up Betty Jean's water. We have a filter, so we're going to use our hose. We attach a filter to it, and we fill it so it goes through a filter. And yeah, that's all done, or that piece will be done today, just in case we lose. I just don't want to be stuck in that RV with Brent and his hubby. There's just not enough room for 4 people. There is not. And we may have to trade places once in a while. And some people stay in the house for a while until they're just too cold. And then we'll switch places and they can go in the RV. Yes. So since there's some new people here, I just want to, I asked for prayers for Richard. He hasn't felt good for months now. And I have really pushed him to go to the doctor. He said it was his back. I said, go see Dr. Miller. That's our surgeon. And he said, I'm scheduled for February. I said, Richard, you don't hardly move. That's not normal. I've had back surgeries, honey. So you need to go see him. And he would want to see you before February. But he says, no. And then yesterday when we were driving, it's all done already. I'm on top of that. Although I do know that there is hot water in the tank for a little while. There's some enough to take a military shower. I did that when we had a power outage for several days. I did that twice in about a 5-day span when the utilities were out. So he told me last night he thinks he has lung cancer. Now, Richard does not even like going to the doctor. He does not invent things to go to the doctor for. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even tell the doctor everything when he goes. So for him, and he told me, he goes, you don't know how hard it was for me to tell you that. So if you guys could please keep him in your prayers, and hopefully it's in his shoulder blade, and that's exactly where his mother's was, and she died from lung cancer. It's in it's in the opposite shoulder blade as his mom's was, but he is very concerned. And so please, if you can keep him in your prayers, we would appreciate it. So again, if there's anybody who wants to come up and say hi, talk about your own Christmases past, present, future, it would be welcome. I think I'll probably stay on until about 8:30. Then I'm going to go get myself ready for the day. And before everybody gets here, I said, you don't have to come, because my nephew said, we'll be there early. He's been doing work for us. He built a new retaining wall in front of our house. And this is my father's house. And my father passed a year and a half ago. And he always wanted to get the retaining wall that was there changed out. It was railroad ties, and he put it there decades ago. And it was just falling apart. I know he should, Kaylee. I tried to get him to go to urgent care last night and just get an x-ray, but no, he did not. He said he did not want to do that on Christmas. So he built a new retaining wall with not bricks, but it's like cement blocks. I'm going to use the word cement. I don't know what they're made out of. And it looks so nice. And it's the first one he's ever done. So that was really nice. And I said, your grandpa would be very proud of you. He would be very proud of you. My father was a master craftsman, and he built houses for 40 years. Was working up until his late 70s, or let's say mid 70s, about 75. I probably did, but I was listening to the show. 97, but 97 for Betty Jean is great. Oh yeah. But we wanted. I know that you have to have a, you have to have enough gas for certain things to work. And I wanted to make sure we had enough, we could, if we needed to use her for heat for us all. So yeah, I told my nephew, oh, you don't have, because he's been coming here very early. And so yesterday, oh gosh, he was cleaning my carpet. He was cleaning my carpet in the living room. We rented one from Fred Meyer, and it stopped working. It just stopped working about a third of the way through, and generator. So we are getting so we don't have a generator. That's one of the issues. We do not have a generator. We could be plugged in though. Oh my God. How foolish. How foolish. I can't plug in if there's no utilities. It just dawned on me. So our generator has never worked. And we have had it looked at. So we have a generator we're going to be buying. We were going to get it yesterday. And a friend of ours has a generator in Hawk that's in very good condition. And so it's a big one. It's a good size one. And by the way, we bought one of those things for the back of the RV to put the generator on, a carrier. So you're so smart. You just, you jogged my mind that I don't have a generator. And if the utilities go out, which our intention was to be able to plug in, but I think y'all get how goofy my mind was. And I do know that that's true. We've been told that by everybody. Darn it. So went to get it yesterday. And there was one of the people that the actual person who had put it there wasn't the person with us. We had the receipt, that they give you when you put something in Hawk. But no, and that person was at work. She was working. So anyways, let's hope it doesn't happen till tomorrow. We can get it tomorrow. Everything will be back open tomorrow. And we do have a fireplace in the living room, family room here. So if we need the heat, and we will have heat because we have wood. And so, yeah, it'll work out. It'll work out. About 5 years ago, we had a massive ice storm. I think, the country had a massive ice storm. 6 to 8 inches, and that is not the average when we get snow. And it's on every one of the the forecasts. As a matter of fact, let's check this out again. Make sure it's still coming. My little sister even loves it more than me. And we had a little bit of snow a while back, and I had prayed for snow. Seriously, I did. I prayed for snow. And then she said, you prayed for snow and we got snow. I said, well, give it a try, Priscilla. Give it a try. So anyways, yeah, we got Eugene weather. I'm looking it up again. Winter storm warning. Even like Arthur in Oregon said, it will be, we're having it on coast. Oh, well, I can't find it now. So we're excited. We're excited. Okay, so me and Priscilla are the only excited ones because, Richard is not at all excited. He's very frustrated. We won't have to go anywhere, so he won't have to shovel. I could help shovel a little bit. I could help shovel a little bit. And Brent is here. He can shovel. If it would just snow on the grass, not the sidewalks and street. Yes. And I was going to move it up on the side of, it's right in front of our house. I was going to put it up on the side of the house where it's a little closer for all of us if we had to walk over there. No going, because our driveway is very steep. It's short, but it's super steep. And it will be dangerous. It is true, our driveway would be dangerous. But William, when he ordered the paver, whatever they're called, for our retaining wall, he ordered a little bit too much. And so that is still on the side of the driveway. It would have to be driven up. And so we got to get, those need to be moved. Those need to be moved today. And he was going to come and do the other side because, you know, we have two sides of the driveway. He did the long one, the long retaining wall. And there's a short, you know, maybe 5 feet, 6 feet retaining wall on the other side of the driveway. He goes, well, I'll come when we come tomorrow, I'll just do that. And I said, no, you won't. Not on Christmas Day. You're not going to come over and work on Christmas Day, sweetie. So that's what's happening here. That's kind of a little update on everything. And again, oh, I didn't tell you about the new channel. I love this woman. It is Adventures Over 50. In 6 weeks, she blew up to 10,000 friends. And she's not doing live streams. She does videos every single day. She's on the road. But she's eventually in the spring will be back home. And she asked people would they still follow her because she will be back at home base as far as the town. And she you know, wanted to know, will people still, because she's not, this is all new. And if people love her, it's her personality. She vlogs almost, well, now she's went down to see, she found out that vlogging every day. I'm going to do a video about some of the, she reignited my energy for YouTube. Okay. She reignited it. I actually got some great ideas from her on different things, but she's very straightforward and very honest, and it comes through the camera and her delivery. And Adventures Over 50. And I'm working on her for an interview. She's a cool lady. Everybody will love her. I was stunned. And I felt so happy for her. I mean, I've got 1,300 people, 1,300 friends, 1,350. One, and she 10,000 in 6 weeks. So she's getting some ridicule. Merry Christmas, Jim. Camp Gore 1, it is Adventures, ADVANTURES, over 50. So I encourage everybody, if somebody could find her channel and drop her link, I would very much appreciate it. I know I've got, okay, at least Kaylee is in here. That's one of the moderators. Yeah, check her out. Tell her I sent you. We're making a great connection. People, so having done the one long trip, I learned a lot about being a YouTube creator, the difference between being a YouTube creator and just a channel that maybe, you know, is not working towards monetization or anything like that. And yep, Adventures Over 50. That's right. And so I believe that's her link. And so anyways, people are just, now she's getting extreme amount of pressure in a negative way. And I think that happens eventually to almost all creators. We get some people that don't like us so much, And for instance, telling her, so she gets coffee. She buys a coffee, you know, and it might say the name, or you can tell that it's a bought coffee. Okay, I got to take a drink, by the way. And people are telling her things like, you have a van, you shouldn't be buying coffee. Please, people, I can't even fathom that. If somebody told me, Lucretia, you have an RV, don't buy coffee, it wouldn't go well, and I would lose a subscriber. She's awesome. Awesome. She has a magnetic personality. So anyways, that's her. Great channel. Check her out. Say I told you to check her out. And then there was another one. I wish I'd wrote her name down. It's not popping in my head. But it is, there's so many. So I've checked out a bunch of new channels. That's one of the things I did in the time kind of away from my normal people, the channels that I love and I support, you know. Right. It's expectations. People. So what I found out is that there are people that have some. I know. Well, she is a makeup artist and a hairdresser. So yes, she does look younger than 50. So anyways, people get expectations of us, and when we don't meet those expectations, we get negative comments. I have not had a lot of negative comments. What I have had is a bunch of that spam about sex channels. It's weird, and of course I turn them in and I block them. So I haven't had a lot, and Kaylee is the one who brings some things to my attention if I'm not paying attention to what's been said. And so anyways, I've checked out a bunch of new channels, and I'm working on more interviews. I love interviewing. I'm thinking of doing things different. Tell me what you think of this. So creators don't get the same kind of credit, so to speak, for a live stream as we do for content upload. And there, obviously, we all know there's a difference. Oh, honey, this lady that I'm telling y'all to go watch, she is a wonderful person. She's super sweet, and she is going to be a superstar on YouTube. A superstar. So one time I went to work when I was a drug and alcohol counselor. I went to work, and I was standing at the counter talking with the secretary, and we noticed that my dress was on inside out. But it was something that could have been, I can't really explain it. And so I zipped into the bathroom and fixed it. Oh gosh, I've done things like that before. Where was I? All right, well, I'm not going to keep you guys all morning. It's 8:31, and I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, and thank you for popping in with me and hanging out for a little bit. I absolutely love this channel, and when you don't see me for stretches, try to be patient with me about that. I'm really trying to get some things in order. Trying to get some things in order so that I can be more consistent, and I'm laying it out on paper. My brain, Box ND can attest to this. When you're a creator, and especially when you're traveling. So I didn't hardly do anything when I was traveling. And I remember Roy and Becky told me this. They said people think, would get comments like, why don't you go do this? Why don't you go do that? Well, like them, we were simply in our RV, and our solar wasn't hooked up. And so traveling meant we wouldn't, we needed to be hooked up. And it gets overwhelming. So just it really, there's many things that affected me, and it took me months. It's taken me months and months to kind of put everything in perspective and know what I can do and what I can't do. I wish we were traveling and I could vlog every day. Just a quick 15-minute vlog. Oh, this is what I was going to ask you. So my thought is doing interviews, not on a live stream, and then uploading that as a premiere, and have the guest that was my interviewee on there to answer questions. In the, then I would have that premiere, and then a live stream afterwards, and the guest on as well, and then you all could ask questions. So what do you think about that? Because that would help the channel in and of itself. Because I'm told all the time, Lucretia, you've got to do more content. You've got to do more content. I understand that. And so I'm just curious, if you think that's a good idea, give me a thumbs up. If you don't think it's a good idea, give me a thumbs down. And I don't mind if it's a thumbs down. I need honest feedback. I need honest feedback. Okay, so Kaylee think it's a good idea. It's nice to be mentioned. Not all channels do. I try to mention people all the time. I understand. I understand. There's going to be people who are, none of us are everybody's cup of tea. I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So Catherine likes the idea. Camp Gore1, not sure. Okay. That's good feedback. Did you see Czar? Britt just came through. And okay, D, thank you. Oh, Charvart. Well, it was just been a short one this morning. I may do, depending on what happens, something a little in the afternoon, because I know lots of people are doing live streams later. Yeah, I do ignore that. I haven't had a whole bunch of it, but I do ignore it, and that's okay. And sometimes it also gives me ideas. I have learned to tame down my mouth. Oh. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. I've learned to tame down my mouth, because I can have a really quick negative comeback, sharp, not a nice one. And it's what being on YouTube has done is helped me. Really, it has helped me stop cussing. I used to cuss a lot. It just was. And I have learned on YouTube. No, I lost a subscriber. She's back, but I lost a subscriber for a while because Richard's his mouth is covering. It says something really unsweet. It says 6 feet MFers. And just by chance, I took a picture of us when we got our first shot, and he had that on. And someone I really like and respect didn't like it. And she unsubscribed. And she told me, though, she sent me an email. A cool lady with a lot of integrity, sent me an email about it. And I said, I am so sorry. Hold on, I got to open the door for Patty Cake to go outside. Just one moment. Excuse me, Patty Cake. I got to get to the lock of the door. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I'm stuck on. There is no way try. You better loosen your belts. So we chatted about it back and forth, and it was resolved, and she's now a subscriber again. So let me see. I've got a few more people who I think have come in here. Let me get to where I know I saw Van Vita Travels. Good morning, Paula. I'll be traveling soon, but I couldn't blog every day. it was over this channel that I'm sharing about, Adventures Over 50. She was vlogging every day, and it became overwhelming. She goes, I'm driving, I'm, you know, still trying to live, and she said, she decided to go down to 3 weeks. And I've recommended her highly. She has blown up to 10,000 subscribers in 6 weeks. Does not do any live streams. She just vlogs. And it has really connected with people because of her honesty and her personality. It's just, it's meant for YouTube. She is meant for YouTube. So when you travel, Paula, are you coming? So I'm wondering if they're going to close the border again. I mean, it just, I was thinking about you when there was such a concern in the last week. Sharp heart. So I hope you all are having a great Christmas. And you enjoy time with, you know, if you're with family, you get to hang out with people that you enjoy. There'll be 10 of us here today. And I love these people. And the new person in our family, I adore her. She's a wonderful person. Brent took us, him and his husband had their first anniversary, and he took about 10 or 12 of us to a super nice, yeah, okay, I grew up with a mom, and it ain't blaming Mom Day, because my little sister didn't pick that up. Her and I are night and day different personality. But my mother was like that, and it worked with my personality that I was naturally born with. 25C that I was thinking of. So Paula, are you have any concerns about that? And I am so excited for you. I know you've been waiting for this. And I assume, and I could be wrong, you're headed to Arizona in January or around then. I watch the news nonstop, worried about the border. You leave January 1st. Well, be very careful, because that's the thing about traveling in winter that scares me. I think you have a smaller vehicle, and that would be, to me, safer. I just, you know, I don't know how I would feel safe traveling in winter. So the fluid talking, I can tell you where this comes from. It comes from 26 years in Alcoholics Anonymous, and sharing my story with those people. I can't believe I just said that. Oh my gosh. We are not supposed to share on public TV, in public, you know, like I'm Lucretia and I go to Alcoholics Anonymous. That is a no-no, because bad behavior that I may have could reflect. It's just a tradition. It's actually written. It's a tradition not to share that. But I owe my life to them. I would have none of this. I wouldn't have got to go to college at 50. I wouldn't have been able to stay married. My son would never have talked to me after a certain point, I'm fairly certain. And so I just owe everything. That's where I started from. I just was not. So if anybody in here is a member of that, I'm sorry I said that. I'm very careful about it. I watched another woman do that the other day, and I wanted to email her and say, hey, you know, have you never read the traditions? But you know what? It's not my business. That's one of the things I learned. It's not my business. Okay. You know, pride isn't necessary. I mean, I'm proud of myself that I don't drink, because my behavior is very not pleasant. It's not pleasant, and people around me don't deserve that behavior. And so the only way to be a decent human being is not to drink. And so I don't. So anyways, I wish everybody a wonderful Christmas. And I may go live later, but I'm not sure. Maybe tomorrow instead. So Dee, the reason is that, okay, so I just said I go to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I'll explain. So let's say I start drinking again. People who know, publicly that I said that could actually, it could reflect badly on AA, especially bad behaviors that people can easily go back to. One of the problems for me when I drink is that I'm a drunk driver. I'm sorry to say that. That is embarrassing. It's one of the reasons I stay sober, is because when I'm drinking and I'm intoxicated, I drive and nobody really can stop me. They can hide the keys, that could happen. But I don't know why in my mind, and I've been a counselor. I've met people who killed people in drunk driving accidents. Intoxicated, I'm not this me. I'm a different me. And she's not nice, and she doesn't respect other people or other people's lives. And so if I did that and say I got in an accident and killed somebody, and people are going, well, she said she went to AA. It must not work. She was sober for 26 years and started drinking again. So, that's the reason. It's for making sure that we ensure, because you know what? Sometimes it doesn't work for somebody, only usually because they haven't done everything they need, that the program itself offers. There are steps, 12 steps, and it offers the opportunity to deal with the issues. So Jim took 49 hours to travel from Winnipeg to Manitoba to Las Cruces, New Mexico. 49 hours? What? Had to run a buddy heated right beside me in 36. Wow. I think that's a fast trip, isn't it, Jim? Even I know that, because it took me like 5 days to get from Eugene, Oregon to Quartzsite. Well, no, we left on Wednesday and we got there Sunday. And that's because I was driving 40 miles an hour part of the time. To address, you've been sober for all these years, regardless of the fact the program worked for you. Is my only thing. Thank you. It did. And it gave me the ability I got to work. And because of my back, I had to sit on a really hard surface, and there was a fireplace, big giant fireplace seating area, and it faced the whole room. And so that's where I sat. And so when I talked, I faced everybody. And sometimes there was 60 people in the room. So that's where I learned to speak. And then I was a secretary, which kind of manages the meeting. You have a speaker and a secretary. And so I love it. I owe my life to it. Thank you, Jim. I love you guys. I mean, I say that and I mean it. I love you guys. For education standpoint, being sober is a choice. Yep. Yes, and I am blessed because some people die. It was a fast trip, but in warmer weather. Yeah, that's clear way south. I do know that. I did use, so I had the opportunity to use it when I went to college in a class setting. And they needed, people had misinformation. Talk about misinformation. Many people have misinformation about that program. And so I thought to myself, do I tell them the way it really is or let them go around thinking something? And I just shared what it was really. And I got, from that, a woman talked to me about her own drinking. There was like 3 of us older people. Most people were like 18 to 21 out of the 80 in my cohort. 3 of us were older people. So one of those women talked to me about it. And, I gave her some ideas and some information on where to go, meetings to go to. And then a young man came up to me and said, his mother, he used to drive his mother around when he was 12 years old, 11 years old. He would have to go pick her up from bars. And so we got to talk about that, and I talked to him about a program he could go to for that, Al-Anon. And so anyways, yeah, it's been useful. All right. Thank you, Jim. All right, guys, so I do need to get going and get some things started. These burritos are not fast. It's turkey. I did a little video that I'm going to upload this afternoon, and I said chicken, but I bought a whole turkey. I cooked it the other day. It's been in the refrigerator waiting for me. I've got a date with that. I'm making wet burritos. The big part I'm making is the wet burritos. I do a lot of veggies in there. I love, several years ago, Richard and I were in California visiting his family, and in the LA area. We're in Santa Monica. And so he was visiting. So I met an old schoolmate from junior high school. She lived just north of LA, and we met in there is the first Mexican compound. That's not the right word. Settlement, maybe that's the right word, in California is still it's in Los Angeles. And so she took the train into town, which is right across from this. There's a community, and there's a name for it, and I don't remember it. And we met there. I drove there from Santa Monica. You know, it's about 45 minutes, and which I love driving around LA. When I had my Toyota Camry, not in my RV, but in my Toyota Camry, and we met at this place, and we both had a vegetarian burrito. Nothing like I've ever had before. This was an authentic Mexican vegetarian burrito. Whole vegetables like carrots and big pieces of celery. And I don't remember if there was mushrooms in it. There was a ton of vegetables. And that's why I started doing my vegetarian burritos. And so gonna make those and make turkey ones. And thank you, Jim. I do plan on doing a video of at least one of my things today, probably the burrito. And so yeah, it's just the way it is. Can't fix it. Can't fix it, can't control it. You too, Dee. Love you. You have a great day. Everybody, please have a great Christmas, and hang out with some other people today. I know Gina is going live today, I think at 6 o'clock Pacific time. And I believe someone else is. Oh, okay. Your premiere is at 2:30 Central. So I believe that's 1:30. All right. Before I hang up here, I always say in my mind, hang up, telephone. Could somebody please get a link for her premiere, please, and drop it before I stop the live stream. It was great to see you too. I'm happy you came by, and it's not my normal attire for a live stream, but hey, somebody's got to do it. I use, I'm pretty comfortable with me, okay? Makeup or no makeup, hair or no hair, but I am glad I got my hair. I'm going with a new style. It's a style I've had before, but you have a great day, Angie. I love you, and she is my oldest niece. Angie is, I remember when she was born. I remember when my sister brought her home, and she was beautiful. She was a beautiful baby. She's a beautiful woman. And I was in grade school, and she was my show and tell. I didn't have her, but I had a picture of her. Show and tell. It just, yeah. I don't, her mom isn't here with us anymore. She's, I think everybody has these things. We've lost people. My sister Linda was one of my best friends. She was the oldest in our family. I think she was about 11 years older than me. and 12, 13. No, I think she was about 13 years older than me. And she passed about 5 years ago. Thank you, Char. Thank you, sweetheart. That's very sweet of you. Merry Christmas to you, Paula. Let's see. I probably did make you a mod. I'll look on here. Go to my YouTube. Every time I open my phone, I have to. I know, Angie, I love your mom. I love your mom. She and I could have some big arguments. We actually blocked each other on YouTube, on Facebook. But in my family, we have very strong personalities. There's 6 women. And much of this, we're all very just missing. Oh, I know, I can't find it. We only have a fraction of our Christmas stuff up. Yep. Oh, wow. Where did that go? I have my kids and a few distant cousins. It's, there's 4 of us left, and we're all in the same area. But my one sister, who's number 2 in line, she usually, oh gosh, my phone is giving me problems. I can't get on here. I can't get on YouTube on my phone right now. All right, so if your shows as a mod, you're a moderator. I probably did. Yes, family, and I'm someone also who believes we can make family. My son is an only child. He's held it against me all of his life. He is very much, he loves kids, and he loves kids, and he really misses that he did not have a sibling. And I still hear about it, and he's going to be 32 at the end of January. He was born, I was want to say, so Angie was a wonderful little baby, and just a sweet baby. Still a sweet woman. The background is full of holiday cheer. I will be honest, my son did most of my son and my nephew. My nephew, William. Hello, Naj. Thank you for coming by. Glad to see you. I hope you're having a good Christmas if you celebrate. And everybody, I'm just so happy. No, I'm going to turn back one more time. I can't get to the Christmas lights because that Christmas tree, I don't know if you can see from here, there are presents from the Christmas tree around the back and presents forward. And he's already given pre-Christmas presents out to all of us. Okay, there's the premiere. So I will do everything I can. I'm going to go to that. I'm going to set the button, and I'm just going to be cooking during that time frame. So I should be able to come to your live stream. So I hope everybody got that. And I've now been on here about an hour and a half, or hour and a half, I think. And maybe I'll see some of you at her live stream. All right, you guys, you have a great Christmas. Stay safe on the roads if you're on the roads. A lot of craziness, as we all know. And I appreciate you, and I love you, and I wish you all the best at this Christmas time. Bye-bye.